Well, to tell you the truth, in all this excitement, I've kind of lost track myself. But Ian, this is a 44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world, and would blow your head clean off. You've got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you?
Shut the fuck up, okay? Shut the fuck up!
What's going on? This is Rod and Sister Podcast. I got a special guest, Big C. How you doing today, sir?
What's up, my brother? How you doing? I'm doing good.
Good, man. You know what I mean? I told everybody I've been reaching out to comedians to talk about their journeys and their writing process, and you know what I mean, just their tips about networking and stuff like that, man. But man, what got Big C into comedy, man?
Well, you know how you be funny all your life when you're around your family, roasting and joking and stuff like that. You know, funny at barbecues. But actually, what got me on was one of my friends came up to me and was like, "Hey, man, you should try to do comedy, man, because you funny." I was like, nah, man. You know, like I say, everybody think they funny, but it's a difference when you go on stage. Like I say, you could be funny around your friends to be the life of the party and all that, but it's a difference when you like on the stage trying to command a room than just around family. So, but and he said, "No, for real, I think you could do it." So because he tried, he said it wasn't for him. He said, "But I think you could do it." So, like I said, so I started scoping it out, the comedy scene and checking it out and, trying to get the feel of it and see how everything goes. So it took me like 9 months before I actually made my debut because, nervousness and thinking like, what if don't nobody laugh and, stuff like that go through your head. But yeah, when I finally touched the stage and my debut and I killed it, people laughed at all my jokes and I was hooked from then on.
Can you let the people know what was the premise of your joke? Do you remember?
Badass kids.
Badass kids. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's always going to hit.
Yeah, talk about bad kids, man. Bad kids. So, everybody can relate to that, especially if you got kids. So, yeah, and it was a hit. So, I've been loving it ever since.
Was it an open mic or like a show or?
No, it was an open mic.
Okay.
It was an open mic.
Okay. So you say you always knew you was funny. So where's what you did in Chicago, right?
Or no, when I did the open mic, it was in Madison, Wisconsin.
Oh man, you're the second black person I met from Madison, man.
I know, man. It's
like I got somebody, my man Raz Mix. He does content creating.
Yeah.
He's originally from Chicago.
Right.
But he moved there because of college, I think. You know what I mean? He went to school out there, a small little college or something.
Right.
So man, I guess that's a place where people from Chicago go, Wisconsin.
Oh, a lot of them, yes. It's turning into a little black Chicago now. It's white Wisconsin, but now it's coming to black Wisconsin. You know what I'm saying? Too many people integrating. But so you know how that go. Too many black people.
Yeah. Man, so man, we're so you got you did your first open mic, man. Then what happened from there?
Well, just start doing more open mics, get more comfortable and feel of doing comedy and trying to find my way and my style of doing comedy. Not trying to be like everybody else. I want to be different and stand out, different because everybody pretty much you got the same style, but it's always that one thing that makes you stand out. So I've just been doing it, like I said, and then like I say, everywhere I go, I get invited back. So yeah, it turned out to be very, very hilarious. I've been doing it for like 15, 16 years now. So now I got it down packed. Now I consider myself, I know I am a professional comedian now. So,
man, I mean, I like I said, I've been interviewing people that've been doing comedy, man. I'm about to be a year in April, man. Since you're a black man, and why do you feel like when it comes to networking with us, it's so difficult, man? Why can't we work together, man, when it comes to entertainment and just in general?
Because I feel like, and I experience it, because a lot of people just about self, man. You know,
Mm,
even if when you get from one plateau to another plateau,
mhm,
people just forget about the other people, or they got their picks and choosing, or who they
mhm,
bring along, or who they recommend and pass on, which is crazy because we all trying to do this. We all trying to do the same thing. Well, we all got the same job, and we all trying to do the same thing, and that's make people laugh. You know,
mhm,
so and it's a shame that we got to bump heads because it's a lot of clicky stuff when it comes to comedy. It's a lot of you got to watch who you be with because you can't really associate yourself with a lot of comedians because there's some shysters out there, like some true
mhm,
shysters, that will bite your material or bite your ideas and make it their own. So I have experienced that, and like I said, when I started comedy, I was homeless. So my original name was Big C the Homeless Comic. So and for real. And
yeah,
people thought it was a gimmick. They thought it was a gimmick. So I said, hey, you want to go outside and look at this minivan? I'll take you on a tour. So and it just worked out for the best for me, at that time. So, like I said, I try to stay comedy relatable, and it's a shame that as Black people, that we cannot work together because people are so greedy, man. It's
yeah,
greed.
and it'll be it's sad because like I said, I'm just I'm new to this. You can ask a white promoter, they're like, yeah, I'll give you a look.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
It's so much, you know what I mean? It's a lot of ass kicks you gotta do, you ask a black promoter.
and
What
that's what I'm
what is
doing. I
this?
don't. I'm not kissing no ass and tell no jokes. You know what I'm saying? I think comedy, and that's why a lot of people, get things mixed up at because I believe it's all about talent. It ain't, and sometimes, and a lot of times, it is about who you know. And then
Mhm,
you'll be surprised how many people think they could do this until they actually try
mm,
to do this. Because this ain't for everybody.
mhm,
This ain't for everybody, and this ain't for the faint of heart. This ain't for no weak person either. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to have thick skin to do comedy because you got to deal with the rejections and if you still gonna go on because if a person get booed to kill their confidence. I done seen it. It took one time and the person quit. You know what I mean? So, but lucky and I'm not trying to toot my own horn. Ever since I've been doing comedy, I never had that experience, and I thank God for that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's why I try to stay comedy relatable. So that way, when you see me, you already know I'm coming with the funny,
mm. Man, so
guaranteed.
who were some of your influences early on, man? Just in comedy, man.
Well, I had a lot of influence. You like Martin and them. Now more like I love Dion Cole from the side. I know
Mhm,
D Ray. I know D Ray because he went to Thornton High School. I mean Thornridge, and we used to
mhm,
watch him when he was just starting off with the naked face and the high top fade at Riddles on Lincoln Highway. So, you know, so my favorite comedians right now is like Dion Cole, Martin. I got quite a few of them. Earthquake, you know what I'm saying? Lavelle Crawford, D.L. Hughley, people like that, I'm 51, so I'm from back in the day era,
yeah,
Def
yeah,
Comedy
yeah.
Band era, you know what I'm saying? So I got a lot of people that inspire me, to do this.
Mm. So, man, how's the neck of the woods for comedy in Wisconsin, man? Is it a big
It, it,
it's big on
it's
comedy in
growing.
Wisconsin?
I mean, it's growing. It got bigger because I was one of the first people who started doing open mics in Madison. So,
Okay.
and now it has grown. It was me and this guy. Well, David Showman Freeman was first. Then I came behind him and started doing open mics, and it's grown. In the connection with Milwaukee too. So you got Milwaukee too. So that I deal with Milwaukee, Wisconsin too. I deal with a lot of comedians out there that do shows. So I mean, it's growing. It ain't not like Chicago or Atlanta, but it's
Hmm.
growing though. It's getting bigger. If we could just all, like you said earlier, just work together because a lot of people that do shows they bump heads like they do it on the same day. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like people coming together, like making one big show. And then like when I do shows, I investigate. I make sure ain't nobody got nothing happening on that day, so that way I can get the bigger crowd. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of work doing shows, man. So, and then trying to draw in crowds and all that stuff. So, man, it's growing though. It's growing, but it ain't like Chicago, but it's growing. And
Man,
it's too
so
clicky down there. It's too clicky down there.
where? Chicago?
In Wisconsin.
Oh, Wisconsin.
No. Wisconsin, yes.
Okay. Yeah, man, because I'm on the East Coast right now, man. So I definitely see it's not about being funny. I learned that early on. It's not about being funny. It's about who you know. And like I said, I got this for the title for the episode, comedy and networking.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the networking is more stronger than actually being funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When it comes to comedy, man.
And that's where the problem come in there, because if who you networking with? Are you networking with funny comedians, or you just networking because it's somebody that you went through somebody else that know? But so what is the networking really doing? You know what I'm saying? Besides, it sound like it's just building the clique. And you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm all about talent. So when I do shows, I don't care nothing about that. And even if I don't really care too much for you, if I know you funny, I'm about talent. I'm gonna put you on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think that's the most important part right there, because at the better your show is, more people will come and
Exactly.
more money you're gonna make.
Exactly. Would you rather have a show if you got you got a host and 5 other comedians? Would you rather have a show where people pick and choose, like, well, the host was all right, the second person was funny, the third person was funny, or would you rather have a show like, man, all of them was funny, even though host, everybody was funny? See, that's the type of show I'll be going for, and I'll be building. You know what I'm saying? Where everybody funny from the host on down, to the headline. So.
Yeah, and I feel like, what I mean, personally, I feel like, man, that when it comes to comedy, right? I feel like people are sometimes still in it locally, what I mean, in the local comedy scene, people are still on Def Comedy Jam. Do you ever see that sometimes people still on that throwback 90
Style.
comedy feel? Yeah, style. Yeah. Do you feel that sometimes?
Oh yeah. I'm kind of mixed with that too myself. I'm kind of guilty of that too, because I believe it. Because back then, Comedy Jam was just like they said, it's about expression, man. How do you express yourself? That's why it was so funny. That's why it was so successful. It was no holds barred. It wasn't, you got to hold your tongue and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You was expressing yourself, and it was comedy relatable, and that's why everybody loved it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So. But and like I said, I'm from that era, so of course I'm gonna bring that some type of that style inside with my comedy mixed with other little things. But yeah, definitely, I try to stay raw to that era too myself, because I think that people appreciate that more. Because you'll be surprised if you like go watch a show as a comedian and just like hang around when the show over with, you could hear people comments and what they be saying. Because I heard a few times when people did say comedy, or well, even the older white ladies was like, I heard one older like she's like, oh, I was a little disappointed. I thought I was gonna hear some dick and pussy jokes. I was like, okay, old lady, you know what I'm saying? So it all depends on the crowd, man. That's why I like to get places earlier, so I can check out my crowd, so I can see what type of energy I could bring. Because you can tell by the crowd what type of energy is going. It's an older crowd, mixed crowd, diverse crowd. So that's just how I do things, But
and I feel like that's important, man. Because I only got like 4 shows in. I did in my year. I got one coming up, but I had this white crowd. I mean, older white people. Without even knowing, I did a whole complete clean set. You know what I mean? With no ends, no motherfucker. I did a whole clean set. Just self-policing myself because I read the room. You could definitely tell, yeah, this motherfucker probably ain't gonna go well, or this hard in that nigga ain't gonna go. You know what I mean?
Oh no, you'll be surprised, man. White people love it. They want to hear that from us. They like to hear that hardcore motherfucker this bitch this. You know what I'm saying? They love that for real. For what I experienced, they love it. That's what they want to see. They want to hear, a little derogatory, little dirtiness. They love it. And see, and one thing about me, and one thing I've learned as a comedian, how to tell if pretty much could tell how if you funny or not, or if this your thing, is even though you tell the same jokes, but you tell them in different places or different cities. Now, if you can go different states and tell these same jokes and still be funny, there you go. You know what I'm saying? Because if you can tell the jokes here and be funny, tell these same jokes in like Atlanta, Minnesota, or St. Louis. So if you can still tell them same jokes and got the room rocking and laughing, you on your way. No.
And I heard you said it's not for the faint of heart, and I can really see why people do throw the towel in, man, because it's a stressful thing, man. Coming up with the new material and
oh yeah,
and coming up with new shit all the time, it's stressful.
Yeah, I mean, but like I say, all my things is based off everything I've been through in my life. And one thing I have did accomplish, and I can't say that nobody else did at the comedy club, is every week, as long as I was there for over whatever 12, 13, 14 years, whatever, every week when I did go up on an open mic, I never did the same joke. Never. And for years. Never did the same joke. I was always working on new material. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what people get, a lot of comics get shit misconstrued at between an open mic and a show. An open mic is where you work on your material. A show is where if you hopefully can get paid, but a show is a show where people pay to come see you and the other comedians. That's the difference. An open mic is just open mic where you just go work and see what you're gonna work on. Hey, can I add or take away from this, or throw this whole joke away, come back, revamp it? That's what an open mic is for. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I use my open mic for OB is to complete sets of my comedy by using open mic. Like I said, every week, different joke. You know what I'm saying? Different joke. Try to stay original. That's one thing I try to stay original and stay. If you want to be funny, you gotta stay comedy relatable. Got to.
Yeah. And I had to personally. I was watching watching a lot of stand up. Man, I grew up on it. My dad's 70 something years old. My uncles all in their 60s, and not knowing it, not intentionally, I try to say. I had a joke about, getting my dick sucked by a girl that was slow. You know what I mean? But I said it. I said it like Richard Pryor. I said, "Oh fuck, I'm fucking up. I ain't trying to be rich." You know what I mean? But you study people. Sometimes you could take their mannerisms and stuff like that by accident, without even knowing it.
Oh yeah, definitely. But see, you can use that to your advantage too, because even though you sound like Richard Pryor, you're doing an impression.
Yeah.
So you make it funny. It don't even matter. Like I tell people, because I got like a few people that I'm mentoring on comedy. I mean, I appreciate them, asking me. But it ain't about what you write. It's just your deliverance and making it funny. You know what I'm saying? Especially your timing, your deliverance. It could be anything. Just make it funny. And if you don't laugh at it, then they ain't gonna laugh at it. If you don't make yourself laugh when you writing it, like, oh yeah, that's funny right there. That's stupid right there. That's stupid. Then it probably ain't gonna make them laugh.
And I say that it's like being a chef and you making a pot of gumbo. If you don't taste it, I know it's good.
Exactly. And if it don't taste good to you, it definitely ain't gonna taste good to nobody else. This ain't gumbo. This Dumbo. This ain't right. So yeah, so it's a lot going on with the comedy, man. And then one thing I hate about comedy is we not helping each other get to the next platform. You know what I'm saying? There's so much talent out here that should be at the next level, myself included, but just don't have the right platforms or the right connections to get to that level to, to be a breakout star. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why, me personally, I've been reaching out to white promoters to be on, get in on them shows. You know what I mean? Not to, so I can have that extra promotion and market myself. Because I feel like black people only going to champion when somebody already a finished project. Nobody was there with Mike when Mike was in high school shooting them jumpers. They started jumping on his coattail when he was in North Carolina and when he got on the Bulls.
That's where anybody. That's just anybody in life. If you broke and hit the lottery and be rich, everybody and their mama gonna come out the woodworks. People you ain't never known that was your family. That's just how it is. That's why it's just depend on how you carry yourself. Some things you ain't supposed to let your left hand know what your right hand doing. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes.
That's right on that.
Because that's what people do. They thirsty at home. They don't want to work with you when you down here. They want to wait till you already get up there. Then they want to try to reap the benefits. No. Work with me when I'm down at the bottom, when I'm doing from the bottom up. You know what I'm saying? So people don't do that.
Nah, you know what I mean? And that's why I'd be like, man, if that could, man, work, man. You see it, man. That's what MLK took that bullet to the dome for, man. So we can work together. That shit was a lost thing, man. Us not coming together and work together.
Definitely. And I'm getting older. So
like I tell everybody, it don't cost $1 to hit a like button.
That's it. I mean? Free. Right. Like I said, and I'm getting older, man. So I'm trying to hit this next plateau, man. This next super wave. You know what I'm saying? I'm really trying to get out. And, like I said, there's a lot of people besides myself that's out here hilarious or funny or whatever, and just don't have that plateau to get to where we're trying to go. And like you said, people don't want to give you a chance unless you establish. And like I tell people, let me tell you something. If I ask to be on your show, there's one or two things I ain't gonna do. One, I ain't gonna embarrass me by going up there and listening to the crickets. Two, I ain't gonna embarrass you for giving me the opportunity. So if I ask to be on your show, I'm definitely coming to represent. That's just speaking in general. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people be skeptical, send me a video, which I understand, some process you want to make sure you ain't putting nobody who ain't funny on the show. But trust me, like I tell people, I'm gonna guarantee I'm gonna represent you, and I'm definitely gonna represent me. And I'm gonna bring the funny, guarantee.
But man, it's definitely, man, I feel like so when somebody why do you feel like you say you mentoring people, man, and why do you feel like people don't want to give people the game, man?
Selfishness, greed, man. Greedy, because nobody so this is what I know a lot of people, the comments don't do. Because, you get to the next plateau and then you get somebody else the game. Then what if they shoot off past you? You know what I'm saying? That's what motherfuckers be scared of. If I give you the game, even though I'm at this level right here, but then if I give you the game, then that person might take off quicker than you, or might be an overnight success. And even though which should be a good thing, because you got alpha talent regardless of your situation. Then you don't know what that person might do. That person may not bring you up to the next level where they at. You know what I'm saying? Depending on who you mess with. Because that's what I would do. If you put me on, and then if I skyrocket or soar, I ain't I'm not gonna forget about you, not the person that put me on. Even though you may be doing good, man, I might could bring you up to another level. You know what I'm saying? And that's by networking. But like I said, it all depends on who you fuck with.
Yeah, and it's sad, man. It's sad to see this, man, how it is, man. But I feel like I had a show on Saturday. Old head, she told me, man, Um, you should add more, you know what I mean, make your comedy more personable so that people know who you are. You had like a lot of she said I had a lot of one-liners. I was like, man, I was just playing with the crowd, man, because black crowds, I realize they're real different from when you perform at a white crowd, man. For me personally, right? I feel like you can be more vulnerable with the white ones, but the black ones, you gotta be sling my dick, you know what I mean? You gotta be so animated, you know what I mean? And you can't have that vulnerable, because a lot of my writings is like mental health, like uh jokes, you know what I mean? And you know what I mean, like real pro man type shit. You can't really,
Well,
black women's, you know what I mean? Oh damn, you can't talk like that about your ex-wife and blah 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 blah. You know what I mean?
shit,
So
you're damn right.
so so you know what I mean? I feel like it's
See,
different, man.
no, and see that's why one of my names is the No Holds Barred Comic Big C. I'm a No Holds Barred comic, man. I don't care. I don't care. I'm talking about anybody, handicap, black, white, females. I even talk about myself. So
Yeah.
it's no holds. There's no holds bar with me. No, no topic is not touchable, untouchable for me. You know what I'm saying? But it's. I mean, it's just all on how you present it. To you don't want to be too derogatory or disrespectful, but you want to make it funny. So I talk about anything and everybody. I don't care. I'll just either you gonna laugh or you ain't. Plain and simple. You know what I'm saying? And that's where anything you talk about. Either you're gonna laugh or you ain't. And
Mm,
never be scared. Never be scared. I don't care what type of crowd it is. Never be scared about none of your jokes that you talk about, even if you put some cuss words or sound derogatory. As long as it's funny, I'm telling you, man, that's what people want to hear. You know what I mean? A lot of people want to hear that. That's what majority of comedy shows they want to hear that. If you look at big names, they do the shit too. You know, that's why they so funny, but they comedy relatable. They jokes, talk about right. Talk more about yourself, personal things you've been through in life, kindergarten shit, anything, what I'm saying, that you think could be funny. But your personal experience, that is how he right, that is how the crowd get to know you a little more. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
That's how you stay comedy relatable.
mm-hmm.
And never be scared to get on there and say what you got to say. 'Cause like I say, they either gonna laugh or they not gonna laugh.
Yeah, man. And that's a beam right there, man. But man, what are your goals for 2025, Big C?
Man, getting more of these comedy festivals, you know what I'm saying? I have went online and tried to do some auditions for a while and now the comic view. So hopefully some of the type of things that come through. I'm trying to look into uh, you know comedy on the cruise ships. Maybe I could be a comedian. I'm trying to broaden my horizons, man. I'm trying to be nationally known, not just locally known. You know what I mean? Worldwide. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I want the world to know who Big C is. I got a lot to say. You know what I'm saying? So, and no, I got a lot of other goals. I write too. I cook. I do a feed the homeless event every year. I started that when I was homeless. So, because I always dressed nice. I always had a car. I always had a job. So I was upper class homeless. You know what I'm saying? But
You said upper class home. It is.
I was upper class homeless. It's three different classes of homelessness: upper class, middle, and lower. It's for real. So and yeah, so man, I got a lot of avenues that I'm trying to do. Trying to get me a food truck. There's a lot of things I'm trying to make happen. But right now, yeah, my main focus is comedy and this uh, networking and hopefully networking with the right people. And you never know. It only take one opportunity. Just get my pinky toe in the door, and I'll do the rest.
And that's the key right there, man. Just getting your foot in,
Yeah,
getting your
I don't
foot
mind
in.
putting the work in.
Exactly. Man, before we get out of here, man, let the people know where they can find you at, man, and whatever you got coming up. Um, let the people know.
Well, you could be checking me out right now. Tonight. I might go. I'm going tonight to do some jokes at Riddles or this other open mic, the Comedy Bar. And tomorrow you can check me out Tuesdays on 75th at Francis. Lounge. I'm gonna go do some jokes there. So I got something. Then I'll be on a radio or another radio interview this Friday, February 8th. So and you can check me out on Facebook, Instagram, Big C the X Homeless Comic. You can check me out on there. And my YouTube channel, Big C the X Homeless Comic. I got some videos and stuff up there. That's funny. So yeah, check your boy out, man. Upcoming funny comedian, man. I'm not wasting no time, man. I can hang with the best of them. Kevin Hart, Mike Epps, all of them. Put me on the show. I can deliver too.
But all right, man. I appreciate you coming on, man. Go check out Big C, the X Homeless. That's what you said, right?
Yeah, the X Homeless Comic. Yeah.
Go check him out, subscribe or follow him.
Please,
all that stuff, all that shit adds up now. You know, you gotta have
yes,
the group chat.
Yes, sir. Goddamn. Follow your boy.
All right. I appreciate you coming on, man. Give me your time.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate you, man.
All right.
All right. Have a good one.